Hey everybody, what's going on? This video is just a Superstar Shakeup edition, post-Superstar Shakeup from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live this past week, this past Monday and Tuesday. It featured some more NXT call-ups and then the official announcement of who was going to Raw from SmackDown and who was going to transition from Raw to SmackDown. I have my official list of predictions here. It's just the top half of the page. And I'll read them off for you as I did in the last video that I posted. So I predicted going from SmackDown Live to Monday Night Raw would be Bobby Roode, Rusev, Aiden English, The New Day, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, Randy Orton, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Naomi, and Dolph Ziggler. Those were my official predictions for the Superstar Shakeup for Monday Night Raw. My official predictions on who is going to go from Raw to SmackDown Live: Gallows and Anderson, Finn Balor, The Miz, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Absolution, Big Cass, Drew McIntyre, Andrade Cien Almas, and Sanity. And I did predict all of these in my last video. Like I said, they're officially my official predictions that are on this list here. So that's just a quick recap. I will say there were a few times that I made an assumption on what I thought was going to happen, and it turned out to be incorrect. I kind of jumped the gun a couple of times in my thinking, just kind of watching it all go down, but definitely exciting, definitely entertaining. So I'm going to read through now who officially went to Monday Night Raw as a part of the Superstar Shakeup this past week, or on this past Monday. Jinder Mahal, so he was not on my list, so I definitely botched that for sure. The Riot Squad, which I was kind of anticipating Absolution and the Riot Squad would change brands, but unfortunately I did not put the Riot Squad on my Raw predictions, so yeah, botched that one too. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, it was widely expected. I just didn't put them on the list because it pretty much already indirectly happened with their match on Raw the week before. So yeah, I can't necessarily say I got it wrong, but I can't say I got it right either, because it wasn't really a prediction that I made. Breezango, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, definitely did not anticipate they were going over there. But the first two predictions that I made that were correct: Natalya and Dolph Ziggler. I stated last week that I figured Drew McIntyre was going to go to SmackDown Live was because Daniel Bryan wanted Johnny Gargano, but he got reinstated to NXT, and Drew McIntyre had just been cleared for in-ring competition, so I figured, okay, he'll probably go to SmackDown. Well, yeah, he ended up coming out during a segment with Dolph Ziggler and ambushing Titus Worldwide. So it looks like Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre formed an alliance on Monday Night Raw. So I'll be interested to see how Dolph's on-screen performance and his character takes off. And Drew McIntyre is probably going to be a pretty dominant heel on Monday Night Raw, so I'll be interested to see what kind of push he gets. If he eventually gets a shot at the Intercontinental title, or maybe he gets a shot at the Universal title down the road. So I'll be interested to see about that. Baron Corbin, the Lone Wolf, going over to Monday Night Raw. I think I threw out in last week's video, that it was a possibility, but I figured he was going to stay put. So yeah, I was definitely incorrect there. Bobby Roode was another one that I got correct. Let's just leave it at that. And I did get one partially right. I predicted Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable were going to go to Monday Night Raw. but I only got half of it right in the form of Chad Gable going over to Monday Night Raw to start his singles career. So, yeah, I'll take partial points for that. It's about all I can claim at this point. Mojo Rawley and Mike Kanellis and Zack Ryder round out the list in terms of the Superstar Shakeup. I'm not entirely surprised that Mojo Rawley got moved, but I was kind of surprised that Zack Ryder did too. So I don't know. I mean, obviously they're not a tag team anymore, but I'll be interested to see what storylines develop down the road. So now on to the SmackDown side of things, and I will admit, when I saw Jinder Mahal take the United States Championship over to Monday Night Raw, I figured, okay, Seth Rollins is going to go to SmackDown and take the Intercontinental title there. Turns out I jumped the gun. Even after Jeff Hardy won the United States Championship the night before, turns out I was wrong. The first prediction that I did get correct for SmackDown was The Miz going to SmackDown Live. And it looks like he's going to be in a feud with Daniel Bryan. So I'm excited to see how that turns out, considering the first time around, Daniel Bryan couldn't really do anything because, one, he was the general manager of SmackDown, and two, he wasn't cleared for in-ring competition at the time. So I'll be interested to see about that. And then Jeff Hardy made his way to SmackDown Live with the United States Championship. So basically, he brought the title back to SmackDown after Jinder took it to Monday Night Raw the night before. I was pretty surprised about that, but I'm definitely happy for Jeff that he's a Grand Slam champion now. And hopefully his United States Championship reign will last a pretty long time and that it'll be a quality title reign. So I'm happy about that. One prediction that I did get correct also was Absolution moving from Raw to SmackDown Live. And I kind of made that assumption, like in my mind anyway, when I saw the Riot Squad show up on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, well, they're going to move Absolution to SmackDown Live. And it was also, I also predicted it was going to happen because Paige is the general manager on SmackDown. So glad to see it panned out. And then one move that I was really surprised by was Samoa Joe moving over to SmackDown Live. So I kind of figured he just came back on Raw from an injury, so I figured he was going to do some programs over there, but looks like they decided to not do that. They decided to move him over to SmackDown, so it'll be interesting to see how dominant he is over on SmackDown Live. I did predict the Sanity was going to go to SmackDown Live, but when I made my prediction, that was including Nikki Cross. But apparently she is not jumping up to the main roster with Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and Eric Young, which I was kind of surprised by that, because I figured Nikki Cross could help out the women's division up there, but we'll see how she does on her own down in NXT. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm booking it now. Down the line, SmackDown Tag Team title match, Bludgeon Brothers versus Sanity. I can't predict which two it's going to be, but if I had to take a guess, it would probably be Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. Actually, scratch that. It'd be Eric Young and Killian Dane. That would probably take the titles from the Bludgeon Brothers, which I'm still surprised the Bludgeon Brothers are the tag team champions, considering all they did was squash a bunch of local competitors. So we'll see how that goes. Another one that I got correct was Big Cass. Did not expect him to lay out Daniel Bryan in the middle of the ring to have a match end in disqualification, but yeah, it's a good way to get some heel heat on him. So we'll see how he gets booked on SmackDown and see how that goes down the line. Asuka moving to SmackDown. I stated for the record in last week's video that I thought her versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship was just a one-off. and that she was going to stay on Raw, but yep, got that one wrong. I will definitely admit that for sure. Gallows and Anderson are moving over to SmackDown Live as part of the Superstar Shakeup. Got that one correct. The only thing I was disappointed by is the fact that Finn Balor is not joining them also, but I'll be interested to see if they align themselves with AJ Styles next week, or if they're just going to be Gallows and Anderson. So we'll see about that. R-Truth is now on SmackDown Live, even though he stated that it's good to be back with everyone on Raw. R-Truth. You just can't get it right these days. Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega will be moving up to SmackDown Live as well, which I'm not entirely surprised considering Andrade Cien Almas just lost the NXT Championship to Aleister Black at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. But then again, I figured Aleister Black was going to be booked strong anyway, but I'll be interested to see how Andrade Cien Almas is booked. If they have him in a program with Sin Cara based on the fact that Andrade is from Mexico and he has a background in lucha wrestling, so we'll see how that goes. And my biggest disappointment in terms of a move for the Superstar Shakeup was Cesaro and Sheamus, aka Dabar. They're moving over to SmackDown Live. And the reason why I'm disappointed with that is because they have a tag team title match with Bray Wyatt, reincarnated Bray Wyatt, and Woken Matt Hardy for the Raw Tag Team Championships at the Greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia next Friday. And it's almost like you're spoiling the outcome of that match by moving them over to SmackDown. I don't get that at all. I just don't understand it. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, because WWE is known to swerve people at times. So, we'll see. So that concludes this edition, talking just exclusively about the Superstar Shakeup. I have to go back to work soon, but I wanted to go ahead and post this video, or at least get this video recorded, and kind of give my thoughts about the Superstar Shakeup, and kind of my reactions, and so yeah, from there, I'll try to mix things up with each video that I post. So anyway, until next time, see y'all later.